Hello? I've no idea if you can hear me or see me. This is a completely new setup. We're in the fish room this evening, so I am relying on you in chat to tell me if you can hear me or if you can see me. I'm using a new microphone, a new computer, new everything. Don't know what's where. I've just tried to go live for the last 10 minutes and it kept saying, error, you have not set your stream. Error, you have not set a broadcast. So I'm a bit behind. Once on time. Sound okay? That's good. Audio, video, good. Because the microphone is here and rubbish. So I'm glad that actually works. I'm going to be doing a lot of this looking down because my gubbins is here. But yes, we have a new view. What do you think? I've not been in here all day cleaning religiously, trying to make it look half decent. But I said I was going to try this last week. We've got the new laptop connected in the fish room, so we're on Wi-Fi, so it'll no doubt end in tears. But you know, it started. We've got some new views. Let's see if GoPro works. Hey! So there, we've got Humphrey cam, but I can move that around a little bit. That's it. Well, that's not true. I've also got, we can go roving because I've got my phone. Figure out how to do that. Let's just see. One thing I've forgotten is a seat. I don't know where to sit. I'm stood up. So I'm going to get very bored of this quite quickly. Adventure drawing cam. Waiting for connection. So I think if I go live on this, there might be a short break, but it might work. But hey, so now I can take you around and show you different tanks. For instance, here is the subscriber tank. Here's the Oscar tank. All great stuff. So I'll just turn that off. Very good. That's as much as I've done. It's taken me all day to get to this point. What have we got here? Bad news is your website is down. Critical error. Oh dear, that's not good. Let's see if we can have a quick look at that. Here we can fix any Aquarium Adventures critical errors quite critically. Oh dear, there has been a critical error on the website. No, that's not what I want to do. I'll just chat amongst yourselves while I fix this. It'll not take long. He says, oh, it's a very critical error. You can't even log into it. The other thing I've noticed being down here is it's bloody hot. Not got very good light on me either. I'm getting a reflection off the top of my buns. It's like 1,000,000 degrees down here. What have we got? Currently 26 degrees. I don't know what that is in American money, but hot. I don't know why the website is down. But I will have to have a look at that later. Because tonight, we got some drinking to do. Find my page again. BPG. We got some drinking games. Right, who have we got in? We have. Is that going to work? Yay, that works. Rocky's Rocky. Welcome, Rockies. Yeah, Aquadiction said hello before, but unfortunately can't make it here, so I don't know why I'm saying hello to you. But hello tomorrow. This is Saturday. Hello. Evening from a warm and festival-free Edinburgh. Oh, it must be good to get rid of all the tourists. Mark Brennan, Lee Kinsey, Ross Hale. Who else have we got? NJW, hi from Doncaster, hi from Sheffield, hi from a new location in Sheffield. Got Ado, definitely making a play for top mod. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way and share it around all over the place. It's going to be an interesting week of Graham trying new beer. It is indeed. So, first question for you today is: I went to a really strange place, but I went to Sainsbury's. So it's not that strange. But I listened to your recommendations from last week. So, Brewdog Punk IPA being the most normal of the weird beers. I call these weird beers because they're just not normal beer. But Brewdog Punk IPA. We've got Brewdog Candy Kittens. Because, yeah, why wouldn't you call your beer that? Raspberry and Guava New England IPA. Then we've got this one. Tiny Rebel. I'm drinking all over my new laptop. Tiny Rebel Pineapple Express IPA. I'm assuming it's some kind of pineapple IPA. Well, there you go. That's your choices. What should I open first? Let's see if we can get through all of them, then you see them fall over at the end of the stream. The title of this live stream is very misleading. Oh, have I done something silly? Water Fishy, anyway. Yeah, it's all a bit of a... You know that way when you're set in your ways, you know how to do things. I can go live pretty much by pressing like 3 buttons every Friday when I'm sat at my desk. New laptop, different camera, different microphone, setting up all the various bits of software again. Oh, it's taken me hours to get to this point. Merseyside? I know what I mean. Merseyside. Hello, David. Sound okay, video okay. Hello, okay. I've got one. You can see and hear you. Oh, and didn't know it. Right, it's working. Let's see. Can we get down anywhere else? This is very showbiz. It is a bit, isn't it? But it's not really that showbiz. I should be switching between my views more often, shouldn't I? So we can have a look at Humphrey while I try and figure out what's going on here. Very interested to see these weird beers. So, yeah, right, let's have a poll. We'll start the evening with a poll. What they called again? How do you get more options in a poll? Good nerve. Need more options. Why are there only 2 options? Get that. We're not doing that. I can't figure it out. Just tell me. So it's the pineapple, the candy kitten, or punk. Pineapple, candy, or punk. Let me know in chat, and we'll crack it open. I'll give you my best beer connoisseur description of which one's which. Any teacup gudgeons in the tank yet? There are not, Brian. No. Got another bit of bad news. See if I can just move this. I don't know if you can read that. But it has been 0 days since my last disaster. Something. I made a new video today on the snakeheads because I had suspected something was going on in the snakehead tank, but I couldn't actually see any of the snakeheads. We're down to 1 snakehead. I don't know where it's gone. An idea. Well, I have a rough idea. So we'll see when the video comes out. Possibly tomorrow, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday rather. Earlier in the week, I came into the garage. So this room's in the garage, at the back of the garage. So if I go that way and turn right, oh, my balls! Garage where the shutter door is. I opened the shutter door and I looked down and there was a crusty fish on the floor. Oh, how? What's going on there? And it was one of the snakeheads. But I couldn't believe how far away it is because it's like 15, 20 feet to the curtain and then another 10, 15 feet down there. Miles away from the tank, so the tank's right at the end there. But what is that? So I called the wife over and said, look what's happened. So we brought her in here, I showed her where the tank is from. We hypothesised as to how it could have got out. It's got lead, it's got everything. And even if it did get out, how did it get all the way around there? And then we went back round there to look at it, and it moved. It wasn't dried up and dusty at all. It was just, well, it was dried up and dusty, but it was still alive. So grabbed it, scooped it back up, put it back in the tank. An hour or so later, fine, swimming away happy as Larry. But I've been telling you on the live stream for weeks now, I'm just not happy with that tank. The fish are hiding so much that I've had to put the GoPro, which is what you're looking Humphrey on here at the moment, in front of the tank when I feed it, just so that I can review the footage later to make sure they're eating. For the past couple of weeks, I've only ever seen one at a time. And I assumed I was seeing both of them, but one at a time, because they do look a bit different. It seems that there was only one of them. So, a bit of nothing news, unfortunately. Haley forgot to get the beers in, so Jack Daniels, well, that's a pretty good substitute. And it's a pair of rows. Chat's going all over the place. And so we can open this beer. Mickey suggests a shot for Kaylee every time someone mentions a fish. 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 Fish, 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 fish. It may be me, but the audio is what? Interesting. Yes, I'm on a new mic and it's... Oh, there you go. Not the mic, it's the problem, it's the arm, I've just broke it. Well, is this any better? Because I can just hold it here. The mega tank lurking in the back, yes. So over this shoulder, mega tank is what the beers are sat on at the moment. Beers. It's not filled. Nothing has changed since the last time we spoke. Scott's on time after having a nap. Oh, wish I could have had a nap today, but gone on. Brian's in House of Sass. Right, Scott's got the first suggestion. Punk first, then pineapple, then candy kittens. Is that because I like pineapple first? Pineapple Express is cannabis related. Maybe I should take that first then. Oh, that from the film, Pineapple Express. Yeah, it was a good film. That's what it says. Start off with a nice pretty pineapple, says Kaylee. You've got to start with the blue can, says Darren. Oh dear. So many options. Love hearing you give a shout out to Edinburgh. Makes me all warm and fuzzy. It may just be the whiskey kicking in. Tonight's tipple is Bowmore 15 year. Nice. No, I'm not really into whiskey, just like I'm not really into weird beer. Another look for pineapple. Oh, another pineapple. Another punk. Niddle sandwich for the super chat. Sorry, I missed that. Thank you very much, Niddle. Always welcome, never required. Pineapple might be too much before an IPA. All right. And your sound is a bit iffy. Oh, have I gone completely wrong? What are we talking about? Well, I think I found the problem. Helps me plug them in. The sound is indeed coming from the laptop. Right. The sound should now be coming from the microphone. Is that any better? Sorry, I'm being an idiot. Yeah, let's see if we can plug this back in. If that's any better, let me know. And if it isn't, there's not much I can do about it. So I apologise. Loads better. There we go. Stuart, what we're talking about tonight is beer. So, apparently pineapple's going to be too bad. I need to go with punk. So, Brewdog, punk IPA, a postmodern classic apparently. What else can we tell us about it? It is the beer that started it all, so this must be the first Brewdog beer. Okay, let's have a crack at it. I should have done that for the ASMR. It's clear but quiet. Right, so it's got that definite funky smell. It's quieter than a laptop. Oh, you lot are never happy. How about there? Is that better? If I just gonna... You might have... Well, it's gonna collapse again. Anyway, let's try this out. It's got that funky smell that makes me not like this type of beer. I mean, it's not off-putting. What else can I tell you about this? It's in a blue can, 5.4%. So not a weak beer. I should really have a glass to decant this into, shouldn't I? I don't know how to describe that. See, this is the problem. I'm not very good at this kind of thing. So I always say my tastes are very much nice, not nice, meh. That's the kind of scale that we're working on. It's definitely not nice. It's definitely not nice. It's kind of meh to nice. Apparently my mic is too quiet. There's probably something I can do about that. If only I knew how. Oh no, I've spilt water on my laptop. Right, hang on, wait a minute. You may disappear for a second while I try and clean my laptop. Right, let's see if there's anything we can do about that. Could probably add a filter. That might be a thing to do. Give it some gain. Is that any better? What else could we do? Advanced audio properties. Right, I've given it some gain and a boost of 5 decibels, so let me know if that makes it any better. Oh, it's hot in here. Right, I saw someone say, can you feed Humphrey? I can indeed feed Humphrey. This might not be the best idea, drinking and operating computers. I've got wires hanging as well. This is bound to end in disaster. Glass will help. Air helps it and allows your olfactory senses to get a better crack at it. So is that all I've been doing wrong all these years, is just not putting it in a glass? That would make it taste so much better. I mean, it's not offensive. But I'm going to upset a lot of people here and say it doesn't beat Heineken. You can now hear running water. Sorry, you can't see what's going on down here. That's probably that. That might be a bit better, might not. But I heard someone say, can we feed Humphrey? We can indeed. So I've got a wee treat for Humphrey, actually. So what Humphrey normally gets is a mix of various pellets. But we've got a little bit of frozen food for him tonight. So some frozen prawn. I'll be over here, you probably won't be able to hear me, but let's see if he comes up and takes this as readily as he usually does. He mostly wants to eat me, so we'll see. I don't know if you see this because he's usually very fast. And then what I normally give him is my special brew concoction of pellets. So these are a mixture of Hikari Cichlid Gold, some Pluvo Bug Bites, some of my own cichlid pellets that I'm trying out. Well, I think these are mostly Pluvo Bug Bites, so it's almost out. So we've got foods for most of the fish, so if you want to see any others getting fed. You've got to be able to get your nose in it. I don't think there's a glass. Oh, I'm sorry, did I block that off with my face? I hope you got to see some of that at least. So, if we get £100 super chatty tonight, I'll stick my finger in and let Humphrey see if he can take a chunk off. Right, where did I get to? So, what I've got planned for the evening, as well as drinking all the beers, I thought I could take you around some of the tanks. We can leave this view here, but have it on different tanks. We could feed all the different tanks. I was going to do some water changes on the Discus, because I thought this is like killing two birds with one stone. The Discus get more water changes than anything else in here. So, while I'm live streaming, we can be changing water. So I don't know if you don't mind talking amongst yourselves while I empty some water out of there. And I can show you my water change routine. But I'll put it on the Discus for a little while. So hopefully you can see that. If you've got any questions, stick... Oh, I'm going to break this again. If you've got any questions, stick question in front of it, because then I can see it a little bit easier. But I'm going to start draining down one of these tanks so I can start refilling it. In fact, I'll put you on big camera. So you can see what I'm doing. So I generally, I don't know, can you hear me? Can you even hear me? But I generally do 50% on my Discus. And give them a bit of a clean out at the same time. But I'll just do what I can. Scooping out some poop if I can at the same time. Not normally this precarious, but I'm trying not to knock over the camera. Normally while I'm doing this, I've got something on the telly back there, just chilling out, maybe some music on. I'll stop there because I've got no idea if you can hear me or not, what I was saying, but generally when I'm down here, nothing's on automatic water changes anymore, so I'm down here, I've got the telly on, I might have some music playing, just chilling out. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if you can. Scott says, not sure, but I think you might need an access point down in your fish room as it's lagging occasionally. Looks good when it does run, audio all good. Well, I did have an access point down here, but well, this is a long story. I've moved it up to a different place because I needed it to operate the Ring doorbell at the gate. So yes, I will take that on advisement. So for refilling, I have, oh, thank you Noodle for re-upping on your membership. I have this, so on the end of this is my autofill stop valve. So I put this into the tank like so. Turn the water on. So it's probably a bit loud now, but it's not the fastest, but it means I can be doing something else without worrying about it. If I want it faster, I just take off the stop valve because that lets the water go through a bit faster, and then just refill that until it gets to the top. And we've done a water change. It's great. It's making me smack my lips. Is that normal? If I was thirsty, I wouldn't go for this. Watching this, I'm very curious as to what tricks people have to make water changes less laborious. All of mine's hooked up to an Alexa and running as we speak. Anyone else doing something cool? But I used to do cooler things, but I found it made me lazy, and that's one of the things I can't be with the fish room. Because when I'm not messing around, I tend not to be in and around the tanks, so I might just glance at them, and rather than when I'm messing around doing water changes or proper cleans and things, it forces me to spend some time with the fish and spend some time with the tanks and figure out what's going on. So I used to have every tank on a drip system, so it would continuously do water changes. I probably will go back to that again, because if nothing else, it helps you out of some disasters potentially. But I also used to have my big tank, so need to figure out where to stand. I used to have my, let's have it on the GoPro, shall we? I used to have my big tank in the living room, was connected to a very similar thing to that, a valve like that, and controlled by an Alexa routine, so a pump would switch on, pump out a load of water, and then it would fill back up, and then I might do that. I could do that 2 or 3 times a day if I wanted to, but I would do that maybe twice a week, and it would pump out some and fill up and pump out and fill up, and I could either run it by saying computer controlled device, do a water change, and it would do a water change. I might hook that back up again when we start up with the big tank again. I saw another question there. Question: don't you turn your heater off? No, generally. Sometimes I do if I'm doing a massive change. Then obviously yes, I'll either put the heater down on the ground, so it's on the bottom of the tank. And the problem with that is you're trying to avoid getting your heater dry, because if it gets out of the water, that's when it can explode when it gets wet again. So as long as you keep it wet, it's fine. So at that kind of level, as you can see there, it barely went just over the top. So the heating element's down at the bottom of the heaters. That's absolutely fine. I can do kind of 50% or more with the heater in that orientation. It's not a problem. So they're fine. Not a re-up. If you click on the $sign, there are milestone super chats that are free. Let's see who else has one. Oh right, so that's a form of super chat. Thank you very much, Noodle. Like that, you mean? Kaylee is now a member for 18 months. Thank you very much. Oh. But what we do have on Alexa is all the lights in here. So it's just the room lights now. Turn that back on. The fish vet says you're a lager drinker and you went to IPA, that's your problem. Surely that's IPA's problem. So, I don't know if you can see that, but basically I have a group called Fish Room Lights that runs the timers for all my lights, but I can turn them on and off again, like so. I do have an Alexa over there, but it's turned off just in case I say Alexa and do something silly. Not used to the high ABV. I don't mind the high percentage. Ugh. I mean, Remember, for 4 months ABC, even though you're saying 3 months. It says 4 months on my screen. This is what tonight is meant to prove, QC Aquaholic, that IPAs aren't the be-all and end-all of everything that's delicious. Oh, it's like eating it. Yeah, I feel like I have to chew it. Oh well. We've got down. What's next? Candy Kittens or Pineapple Express? What should we go for? I'm relying on you lot to tell me, like, if a hose falls out or something like that, you know. Way too bitter for my liking. That one wasn't bitter, it just wasn't nice. As Kaylee said there, I shall have to give a proper try with a wide range of IPAs to answer that question. That's what I'm trying to do. Noodle has 10 new additions to the tank. 5 giant African shrimp and 5 bamboo shrimp. Very good. No newbies for me. The Discus that you can see here are still the new. Why is that so dark? It's not so dark to my eyes. But I'll give you a little taste of how good a feeder the new Discus are. That I'm in the middle of doing a water change. I've just been messing about in the tank. I bet you still come up for a nice little feed. So this is the beef heart mix that the previous, or the breeder, Dan, was using. I've been mixing that in with pellets, because I primarily feed my Discus pellets. But they do love that stuff, and they've been taken to the pellets quite well as well. There's a local brewery here in Charlotte, I added here, that has an IPA that's drinkable if it's almost frozen. Maybe that's the thing. Right, I think I'm going to go with... we'll go on strength. We'll save the strongest for last. I'm going to start with some Brewdog Candy Kittens. This is Raspberry and Guava New England IPA. Ugh. I mean, all delicious things in their own right. Can definitely smell the raspberry. I now can't remember if I like guava or not, but that smells quite pleasant at least. But do you want your beers to be like a cocktail? I don't know, is that normal? That one, have to be posh. Better.
doesn't feel like I have to chew it quite as much. If I put my hand in the tank I get bitten, I cry because they're all mean. Yes, I have. Don't know if you can see that, but that was me cleaning Humphrey's tank earlier today. Took a chunk out of my knuckle. That's what I said earlier. I don't know if you could hear that. If I get enough super chats, I'll stick my finger back in Humphrey's tank. You can see him attack me in real time. I guess there's a difference between cleaning and water changes. In that scenario, if you're doing small and often, automation works alongside less frequent big changes. Yeah. It's about discipline, I think, or to my mind anyway. It's making sure that you actually spend the time in your tank messing around with it. As long as you're going to do that, then it doesn't really matter what regime or routine or whatever you want to use for your water changes. I found that when I had everything automated, I started to find reasons to slip. So this is quite good that I spend time down here because I know I'm waiting for the water to sort out. ABC just hit 600 subscribers a few days ago. Congratulations! Oh, I'd do the congratulations sound if I was upstairs, but unfortunately not. But yes, well done. Ever visited Glasgow fish shops? I've not, do you know? I keep meaning to when I'm up there, but I very rarely remember. Oh, pineapple, sorry, went the wrong one. Some amazing colours on the Discus. I know, I do like my Discus. I know, yeah. Why does it sound like someone's writing on a chalkboard in the background? Can anyone else hear that? So I think that's my float device. Has it gone away? So if you promise to keep an eye on that water level, I'll just do it without the stop float valve thing, because it's a bit quieter. Anybody going to the fish keeping extravaganza in Normanton? No. Well, I don't know. I'm not. I don't even know where Normanton is. Is it in this country? Fish keeping extravaganza in Normanton. Oh, Normanton. Ah, that Normanton. It is in the UK. It's about half an hour away from me, I think. Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. How do I do this? I could show you. Could I show you? Can we do desktop? No, we didn't do desktop. Hang on, I'll just make a new scene. Window capture. Did that work? There you go, the Aquatic Extravaganza of 2021. That's last year. Oh, I'm all confuffled now. I don't know how to fix it. But yes, Normanton's not that far away from me. I shall have to have a look into that. Thank you, Aquarium Daily. I will check that out. Now I've lost the chat. Well done, Graham. Stop trying to be clever. For a minute I thought the big blue discus turned sideways. I thought it had a bright orange tail, and I realised it's a whole other fish. Yeah, he used the tank boss. I did have a couple that were bigger than that one, but obviously lost them in the last disaster we had. But those two that you can see there, the one that's facing us and the one that's facing to the right, that one, they're the two big boys. I'm sorry, my chat is going everywhere. Where did it get to? Now I can't not hear it, so hopefully you can't hear it now. It should have stopped. How do you clean the water butt of fish poop? I'll show you. Well, I'll try. Can you hear me when I walk over there? So if I switch back to the phone, right, so this is the water butt, all my tanks, I drain all the tanks and they go into there, and in there, you can't really see it, but basically in there I've got a massive, not a massive, but a very powerful sump pump which can handle solids up to something like 50 or 60 millimeters, so fish poop is no problem for it. And what that does is that yellow hose that you see coming out of there, that goes up through the roof. Well, I'm actually underground here. That goes up through the roof and into some big IBC containers which we then use to water the garden. So that fish poop, by being sucked up by the sump pump, gets obliterated by the sump pump in liquid form, gets put in there and then out onto the garden, which just helps all the plants and flowers and everything grow nicely. Humphrey's going mental for some reason. That's him reminding me that I need to turn the water off. So there you go, one water change successfully done. Welsh Week's evening. How are you? That was it. Good, I'm glad. Right, I'm quite far behind. Thanks, Graham, for the rather splendid pen. You included my fish food order that arrived today. Not a problem. I'm drinking KB Broad Oak Cider, a cheeky, locally produced 7.5% with the obligatory pork scratchings. There's another thing, I can't get my head around pork scratchings. It's just like, oh, can I have a packet of disgustingness, please? Can I, oh, have you not got the ones that have actually got the hair still on them? Oh, God, give me the bulk. Thank you everyone. What a level! What a level! What a level! You can hear me throughout. Excellent. Good. Right, okay. Question, water! Ah, it was all under control. Right, okay. Thank you very much. You can hear me when I walk over there. Even better. Right, okay. So I'll go and do the other one then. Some good quality siphoning action. It's only made slightly difficult by the presence of a GoPro. As I drop it everywhere. So I would normally go around the bottom and hoover up some foot and stuff like that, but the camera's kind of in the way. I'm spilling it everywhere. God, that couldn't be more awkward, so I'm only going to do a smaller change. So the same rules, when it gets near the top, let me know. Of course, this is all coming from an HMA. An HMA is a type of filter that filters the chlorine and chloramines, depending on the thing you use, out of the tap water, so I can put it straight in. This is all running through a shower valve, so it puts it in at the right temperature. It's currently in a little bit low because I was using it on Humphrey and the Snakehead tanks earlier today. So I think it's going in at kind of 24 degrees at the moment. In fact, we could probably test that, couldn't we? Not with that, we couldn't. If I knew where my thermometer was, we could probably test that. You'll just have to take my word for it. So, beer, but make it gourmet. Actually, it looks like it's got a bit of a reddish tint. I'm going to ruin my laptop at this rate. Right, let's see if I got back to any questions that I skipped over there. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was the sump pump running there. There should be enough people in here for 50 likes. Well, that's just not good enough if there aren't. The amount of effort I've gone to sort this out. Oh, only just. There's only 51 people in here. And only 34 likes. Come on, that's terrible, people. If you wouldn't mind. So, quick admin announcement. There's no... You don't need to do super chats, as much as I was joking earlier that super chats will get me to stick my hand in Humphrey's tank and let him attack me. They probably won't, but you don't need to do super chats. You don't need to join as a member. If you do, that is very much appreciated, but the entrance fee for the live streams is just a like, or even a dislike. Just some kind of engagement to say I either think this is alright or it's terrible and I'm never coming back. Just let me know one way or t'other. Join in chat, let us know you're here. If you have any questions, put the word question in your question, and then it highlights it a little bit to me and I can see it a little bit easier. But we're trying a new format, so what I would ask tonight is general feedback. You can join the Discord server and we'll have a chat about it in there, but you know, chat, put it in chat, it's just as good. I like it in the fish room, I don't like it in the fish room. Things to work on, so obviously there are audio issues that we can make better. I might try like a lavalier lapel mic or something like that. I might get a seat because I'm starting to flag here. And I might turn off the heat because it's 1,001 degrees. You could probably see my shiny head. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you prefer having this where we can show all the different tanks? I'm going to go around and feed them all in a little bit. We could probably change tanks. In fact, let's do that now. We'll change tanks while that's filling up because I think it's got quite a while to go. What shall we have next? Done Humphrey, done Discus. Shall we have the subscriber tank for a little while? Should we feed them?
Oh, my balls.
I don't know what that will... £5 from Mickey, thank you very much. GoPro. Should I make it a bit smaller? Is that a bit better? Shall I move my coupon out of the way? Let's move me down here, shall we? No, that didn't work. No, that didn't work. Come on. There we go. So this is the African tank. This was meant to be the biotope, and it largely still is. I haven't changed anything really. I've left... all we've done is lost one of the bichers. We've lost the bicher. And all the plants. That's the main thing. So in here you can see we've got Alestes tetras, we've got Congo tetras. I've used lots of botanicals, mainly leaves, which they've done quite a good job of long-lasting tannins in the water. So there's probably quite a bit of wood in there as well, which is helping. But they're not having it with the whole plants thing. These tetras are proper arses when it comes to the plants. So you might be able to see there's a crinum, is that a crinum just up there that's doing quite well. There's a few buse leaves which have been lasted over to the, in fact just above my head. They seem to have left the plants alone on that side, but everything else, yeah, they've just done it. Like 60 odd quid worth of plants gone. Thanks guys. But these are like proper little piranhas, so I'll give them a wee feed. So this is my soft, come on Graham, use your words. Come on brain. Soft Artemia. This is more of a treat for these guys. I don't normally give them this, but every fish in the fish room loves this stuff. When the website comes back on and working, order some, it's great. But they love it, they go mental for it. In fact, they go mental for everything. A little bit of the krill flake. There ain't nothing they don't like. Alright, I'm not having this. I'm trying the wrong pork scratchings now as well, am I? I've moved the chat out of the way, sorry. Some are seasoned well and some are vile. I'm prepared to believe that, but you'll have to drop me some brand names so as I know which ones to try next time. Are you not entertained? Quite. I agree. If not scratchings, I would recommend the various pretzel bites. Oh, do you know what? Yes, the jalapeno pretzel bites. Whether it's the proper ones from... can't remember the brand name. But I was pleasantly surprised in Poundland, you know, only the best places for me. Poundland had pretzel bites that were all smushed up, and the jalapeno ones of them, oh, chef's kiss, absolutely fantastic, love them. Question: does the HMA reduce the hardness too? It does not. It does not affect the hardness at all. Oh. Question: is it harder to maintain a blackwater tank? Is the chemistry much different from a typical tank? No, it's not harder. It's just different. So I want to preface that with a warning, because obviously it depends where you're starting from. So if you had quite low pH, for instance, and you were trying to get a blackwater tank by putting in lots of botanicals, lots of peaty things, and things that would then reduce the pH even further, that might be taking you to a threshold that might make it a little bit harder. But here, this is a very light version of a blackwater tank. It's just basically, it's not even a blackwater tank. I wouldn't call it a blackwater, it's just a darker tank. It's just got a few leaves in there. The water chemistry is barely touched at all. So it's just the same as any other tank for me. This one, specifically, anyway. Question from Sean, or statement: I've got 12 Congo tetras in my 6 foot and they've never touched the plants. Well, I've got 30 and they've decimated them. Yeah, I guess that's just luck of the draw. I mean, I do have some plants in there that they haven't touched. Maybe it's the Alestes that have eaten them. Maybe I'm wrongly blaming the Congos, I don't know. Sorry, I'm skipping all over the place. Oh, ABC, my homebrew mead is nearly ready and measuring at 20% ABV. And this is a mere, what would I say this one was? A mere 6%. I mean, still not really nice, but better than the last one. Definite improvement. Yes, the jalapeno ones are amazing, they are, I love them. Welsh Weeks likes the new broadcasting location. I'm going to have to stand like this so it's fit in a bit better. Mickey with the £5 super chat. Super chats are needed or else. Yeah, but we need to set a level and then you get to watch me get Humphrey attack me. Question: did we do the monthly giveaway? Oh no, we didn't. So I'm a giveaway behind. I won't do it tonight because I don't have access to the tools, but next week, well, I don't know. We'll either move back upstairs next week or I'll get all the right tools down on the laptop for next week and we'll do the giveaway next week. Unless, let me have a think about that. I might be able to get it to work here. Bloody hell. Noodle sandwich with a £10 add to the beer fund for the next stream. Yes, so join us on Discord. In fact, someone create a channel or a chat in Discord for beer suggestions. So you saw me try the Punk. Nah. The Candy Kittens. It's almost getting up to nice. So what else should I be trying? We've got pineapple coming next. But I shall use my super chat money to buy more beers for next week and try them out. I like the way you didn't say IPA fund. I concur. Look at the shimmer on those Congos. It's one of the tanks I can get I've got a little bench back there, and I can just sit in front of them, and you can move your hand around and they will just follow you. You can come up and say, they're obviously not going to do it now because I said they would, but generally I can get them to go in a big swoop. But I think because I've just fed them, they're going, no, we're still hunting the food, thank you. Sounds like you need a desk down there. I do. I was getting set up and I thought, right, that's great. Because I was planning to turn the TV into a monitor so as I would be on that side and I could use the monitor to look at the chat rather than be stood like this. But I was like, oh, I need a desk, and then I need something to sit on. So I'm kind of precariously balancing the laptop on top of a fish tank here. We'll see. I want you to try a Schlinkerla sausage beer. Now that is combining two of my favourite things. I do like a sausage and I do like beer. Check your water. Good call. Thank you, Ross. So, this is brilliant. I've achieved 2 water changes on the Discus and a live stream. This is multitasking at its finest. I think it's Brewdog that do a birthday cake flavour. Pre-warning, you try it, it tastes nothing like birthday cake, but it's not that bad. Aquarium Adventures, send me your address and I'll post you some beers that I like. I want some of this mead that you've been talking about. Is the water okay? Yes, water's okay. So I might try and squeeze in another one. But I think the Oscars have been wanting for a water change. I'll see if I can get the mic up. If I can get the camera up a bit higher. Why is that squint? Right, is that any better? A bit of reflection there. I promise you there are Oscars in there. You can just about see one of them. So I was going to give them a wee feed as well. I don't know why only one's coming out. So I've got another wee prawn in here that I was going to cut up for the Gold Psalm as well as the Oscars. They're freaking the hell out. Come on. Okay, clearly not ready to be fed with tongs. So I'll leave it on them for a little bit. Beer suggestion chat. Oh, I can't even say it. This is starting to get worrying. Beer suggestion chat created. Get your votes in. Animal Helper. Hello, Animal Helper. What's going on today? Today we're in the fish room. We're feeding the Oscars and they're being very suspicious of the bit of shrimp that I've just put in. Right, so if you are going to suggest beers, I also need a suggestion of how to purchase said beers. Have you thought of putting a word I can't say? Stenopoma, African leaf fish. Oh, he's gone for it. An African leaf fish in there. I have one in my African tank. They go well together. I do have a couple of African butterfly fish. I have thought about the leaf fish. I didn't initially put them in there because they weren't from the Congo, and this was meant to be a Congo tank specifically. But I think we might stretch the rules a little bit. So yes, maybe. Is this a fishy beer stream? It is. A little bit both. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry, Simon. Welcome. Pancake sours sounds good. Are we still talking about beer? Beetroot and chocolate I'll pass. Oh, I don't know. Beetroot I quite like. I quite like the sound of beetroot and chocolate as well. It's like one of those weird combinations you don't think is going to go very well, like chili and chocolate. That goes quite well. Right, shall we try the Gold Song? This is a tank in dire need of a clean. So this fish is usually very shy, but when he comes out, he comes out. So I'm going to try him with a little bit of shrimp as well. Well, I'll try him with a few bloodworms first to see if I can make him feel happy. Put in one little bit of shrimp. Come on, buddy. You can see him hiding in the Java moss. He doesn't want to come out. Oh, there you go, as soon as I got away. He's fast as anything, this little fish. I can't wait till he gets a bit bigger. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Definitely in and out. Stella Artois noodle sandwich, a man after my tastes, is my lager of choice. Bishop's Ale. Bishop Ale. Bishop's? Is that Bishop's Ale? Because there is a beer called Bishop's Ale. You need a Bojangles, a grass pickerel, if you want to feed it with tongs. And indeed, like Cold Water Aquatics usually streams after me. What time are we at actually? 10 past 10. Has Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles. I'm going to do Humphrey again because I know he appreciates the shrimp. And he can see me trying to feed it to other fish, and he's going, "Oi, get back down here." Right, I'm going to get rid of the chat and get rid of my head. And then I'll feed Humphrey over this end, and you'll get to see him. I'm a bit scared feeding him with the tongs, because sometimes he hits them that hard, I think he's going to do himself an injury. It's too fast. Come on over here. Done it over there, you moron. There we go. Look at that majestic beach. What a big cock. What else can we feed? What else can we feed? Oh, look at that. That's a nice comment. I would like to say I think you're one of my favourite fish keepers on YouTube. You keep it real and I respect that. Much love from Wisconsin in the USA. Thank you very much. Hey, there's the man himself, Mr. Bojangles we were just talking about. A sours is a beer which has an intentionally acidic, tart or sour taste. Ah, so it's like a minging beer that they just named to say they pretended they meant it. I get you. Vault City do some of the best sours. Morrison's just licensed them for a few beers which will introduce you to the good stuff. It's from Vault City Direct. Well, if you do join in the chat and Discord, suggest beers by all means, but it's beers I can get that I don't have to like sign up to a 2-year membership of some weird beer syndicate to get them. I like seeing the fish group. Well, you know, I wanted to do this for a while. I think it'll get better. Once my new Wi-Fi comes in, well, my new internet comes in, I'll get a Wi-Fi AP down here as well. I'll get it a little bit better. But yes, inspired by watching you and having a camera on the tanks. Humphrey, get in my belly. Very much so. That's the kind of, that's what I hear in my head every time I feed Humphrey. I feel like he's one of those fish that would just never be full. And indeed, he never is full. I used to always wonder, am I feeding him enough, or am I being cruel? Am I not getting him enough? But no. Right, I've got a few bloodworms left. I think we might try the pea puffers. So I need to ask you all, please give me some leniency here. The pea puffers tank. If you think the Oscars tank was dirty, wait till you see the pea puffers. This is algae. I'll go and get that sorted out. Oh no, it doesn't reach. Longer cable required. Maybe we can go underneath. going to break everything. Right, I'm going to try and feed the pea puffers so you can see them. So pea puffers and rainbow fish, so that's what you can see at the moment. These guys are usually good for some videos. I don't know why only 3 of them are coming out. There's like 3 at the back that just... No, you can't see them there. There's 3 at the back on the right hand side where they're just farting about back there and they won't come round. So here is the rainbow fish. These are dwarf neon rainbows, and obviously the angels in the next tank. The beer has got my biosecurity all out of whack. I've just fed every tank with the same tongs without wiping them down. I do apologise. Have you tried Humphrey with earthworms? That'd be fun. I have tried Humphrey with earthworms. I have a big packet of earthworms, not packet, a big box full of earthworms that I feed them with. But it's, I keep it in the try and keep it in the coldest part of the garage, so the furthest bit away from here. And there's no lights in that bit, so I'm not going to get them there. Coldwater says, the tank looked great to me, I don't mind the algae. Natural. Yes, that's what I'm going for. Natural. Check your water. Thank you, Ross. You have just saved me from a flood. Just topping up the Oscars now, so about 5 minutes. Remind me about that as well, please. Anyone tried Colomesius puffers in a community? No, I have not. Which ones are they? I'm going to have to Google that. Hang on. Yes, the Amazon puffer. Have I seen that? I've never kept it, no. I don't know what they're like in a community, other than a community of themselves, obviously. Generally, no, it's not a good idea. But if you wanted to try it, I would do it with something that was fast, short-finned, and easy to get out of the way, rather. Now we've got beer trading going on. See, what have I brought to the world? I've joined communities. Sarah says, for some reason my cat is very interested in your stream tonight. Why would that be? Is it all the fish? Or is it my dulcet tones? So, right, I think we're almost ready for beer number 3. Candy Kittens has gone down well. I would buy this again. I'll go as far as to say that. As it's warmed up, it's got less nice, but still perfectly palatable. Definitely like the raspberry tones. Which takes us on to Pineapple Express. I feel like I should have some kind of palate cleanser. Or a sit down. So Pineapple Express, taste is pineapple and grapefruit. I do not like grapefruit. So nose pineapple, eye pale, taste pineapple / grapefruit. It is 6.2% Pineapple Express IPA from Tiny Rebel. Let's have a go. Oh. It doesn't smell of pineapple. What does it say? Nose? Nose, pineapple, grapefruit. Well, maybe it's grapefruit. Okay. Oh. Just to be sure. Doesn't taste of pineapple. I mean, grapefruit is minging, but it doesn't taste of grapefruit either. Oh, it's like that first one, but like on steroids. Ugh. Do not like. Ugh. It's making my mouth water in that way that's like, wah. Bleh. Okay. No, not a fan of that one. Where were we up to? What's happening with Megatank? Okay. Megatank. Right there. And the answer is nothing at the moment, unfortunately. I had some time off last week. I spent a couple of days where I got in and I moved some of the sand away to see if I could identify anything. I couldn't. I filled it up a little bit and partially just to see if I could do the thing with the dye trick again. Couldn't see it going anywhere. And so my next thing is to empty it yet again, move all the sand out of the way, and just really attack that corner that I think is the problem corner. Get some more of the geotex down, some more of the liquid rubber down, and then reseal everything as best as I can. Fill it up. That's the last chance without taking it to the next step, and the next step is to fiberglass. I'm just going to have to glass it It's the only way that it'll get there. So in the end, we will get there. It's just taking a hell of a lot longer than normally. Straight into Megadeth. No, they are on the floor. I shall pick them up later. The face says it all. Yes, I was not a fan of that one. I do not like. Thing is, that's the only one I've got left to drink now. I'm going to have to. Oh, I'm going to have to power my way through this. Oh. See, I can't decide. It's got one of those smells that I'm like, oh, that's a... It's like, do you really like it or do you really hate it? And you can't remember. And then when you taste it, you go, oh no, I really hate it. But it smells quite nice. So what was it again? Nose is pineapple. Does not smell like pineapple. Definitely smells like beer. Eye pale. Don't know what that means. Taste pineapple and grapefruit. Well, it turns out pineapple and grapefruit as a combination is frickin' rank. Nope, not any better. Whew. Tasty then. It's definitely tasty. It's just not a very nice taste. The face says 1,000 words, definitely. A no, no, and a hell no. Tiny Rebel should be a sour. Or is it meant to be a sour? Is that what the problem is? Brewed and canned at Tiny Rebel, Vernon Industrial Estate, Newport, Wales. Bloody Welsh, it's their fault. Water, malted barley, malted wheat, pineapple juice, hops, yeast. So it does have pineapple in it. Cereals, blah 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 blah. May contain what? Oh, sediment. The can's nice. I mean, it's a nice can. I like the name. The name probably drew me to it. But God, it's not nice. Can't wait to see what you try. Well, I'm going to let you guys choose. I've had a couple of super chats tonight, so that'll swell the beer funds for next week and see what we end up with. So I would like, do you know what I would really like? I would like a suggestion of, right, try these beers in this order. So like, let's pretend to be responsible and say a maximum of 4 beers for the 2 hours. So I'll start with this one, then that one, then this one, then this one. Because if I had tried that first, I'd spent the whole night going, oh God, I need to. I'd eat some bloodworms just to get rid of the taste. Well, yeah, if I'd left Candy Kitten to last, I think I'd have been so off put by the Pineapple Express that I wouldn't have got there. The reverse definition of alcohol abuse, maybe it is. Water, thank you, Silver Surfer. Oh no! Went a little bit too far there. I'm going to have to drain out a little bit out of the Oscar tank because it's gone a bit high. Crucially, it hasn't overflowed, so technically I haven't flooded anything. Just need to bring it back down to a reasonable level. So I've put it back on the Oscars. I've put it back on the Discus again because I've got a little bit of beef heart left. So I'll finish them off with that. going to give them a little bit of the Artemia as well. I was just checking out the snakeheads as well, see if you could see them, or see it as it is. But unfortunately it's hiding again, so you can't see anything. It's probably Tiny Rebel made on license, so it won't be their best stuff. I mean, well, if this is their best stuff, they've gone horribly wrong somewhere. I don't know why I keep picking it up. No, I should just throw that away. It's disgusting. Abusing someone else with alcohol. Definitely. Well, so I don't want the suggestions to be, whoa, this will make Graham rich. No, I want things that are nice. I definitely think you need to decant into glass to let it breathe a bit. Well, I'll bring a glass down for next week, fair enough. Are you a whiskey man? I'm not really a whiskey man. My favourite drink, my favourite drink is Jim Beam. I can drink that like it's water, but so if you had to hold a gun to my head and say you must have an alcoholic drink, what will you have? I'd have a Jim Beam and Pepsi Max. After that, I have some beers that I like, but I have simple tastes. I like Heineken. It's just very clean, refreshing. Anything that's just not the opposite of that, basically. But yes, I'm open to try these new things. I don't mind having a disgusting drink every now and again, because then it's, well, yep, I've had an open mind, I've tried it. It was not good, but, you know, I tried it. But yeah, I'll bring a glass next time. Silver Surfer think will be flooded soon. Yes, thank you, Silver Surfer. Oh dear, Mickey, what have you done yourself? Just taken a cramp to the hamstring. Oh, I remember them when I used to do exercise. It's not fun. Maybe not a good idea. Streaming, bevying, and water changing at the same time. No, definitely not. That's why I'm relying on at least some responsible people out there to help me out. I mean, I've done it. I've done 2 water changes, 2 big top-ups, and I haven't flooded anything. I'm pretty happy with that. That's what football gets you, yeah, I remember that. Used to play fives after work on a Wednesday, and then we'd go for a couple of pints afterwards. Then, I remember going in, having a shower, and getting cramp in the shower, where you're like in a little cubicle going, oh God, help, I can't move. Ooh. That orange one's like a bright sunshine in a sea of beautiful blue. It is. He's a good one, this one. I mean, this one. I'm kind of gutted that this one has never grown. I mean, he's perfectly healthy, but he was that size when I bought him, or her. It just hasn't got any bigger. It's one of my favourite colours. So Fish Vet's getting a new tank. It will arrive in the office, taking my office to 3,500 litres of water. Wow. You're welcome to visit for fish and beers. Where do you live, Fish Vet? You need to send me a message. I'd love to come and see that. It sounds quite extraordinary. can I bring my camera and video some of it? Because that sounds great. The blue discus is stunning. I'm sure he would thank you for that. Yes, it is pretty good. The discus are lovely. I can't wait to restock my 4-foot with them. It's just the initial cost as I'm looking to buy 6 or 7. It is quality discus, don't come cheap unless you know a man like Dan, because the ones you can see on the right hand side of your screen cost me £0 and 0p, all because of the extreme thoughtfulness of someone reaching out. And now obviously he's not going to do that for everyone, but I think his prices for them are quite reasonable, and although they look a little bit muted and understated at the moment, they will grow into, they won't be as bright as the blue ones for instance, but they will grow into very nice looking discus. And it's just a little bit more time investment in them before you get the rewards. But yeah, discus is a funny one at the moment. What with everyone's having kittens because of the energy crisis, and they're right. I have no heaters in this fish room anymore than those 2 tanks. They're the only 2 tanks I'm heating at the moment. The rest of the tanks are heated by the room. Some of them have heaters in them, but they're just not activated because the water's hot enough because the room temperature, as I can tell because I'm giving it a... So keeping these tropical tanks at a reasonable temperature isn't actually costing me all that much. So it's just that one radiator that's on. The room's pretty well insulated. But those 2, you can see there is a visible spike that's caused by those 2 tanks heating that a little bit more. So not only is it an investment up front to buy the fish, it's an investment to keep the temperatures up. And it's off-putting. I've spoken to a lot of people who have been really interested in getting discus and then gone, nah, I can't, it's going to cost too much. And I keep being told that people are saying they're going to get out of the hobby and want to get rid of their discus, but that's not happened yet. But yeah, I keep hearing these threats of, oh, there'll be loads of cheap discus on the market soon because everybody will want to get rid of them. I welcome that. I'll happily buy all your cheap discus off everyone, but yeah, I think us discus keepers are a strange breed who will just we'll go into poverty rather than get rid of our fish. Fish vet for sure, I'll be scaping a new one over the next week, but you're totally welcome for the 2 hours. It looks good. We'll message separately, but we're in Nantwich. Okay, there's Nantwich. I'm not very good with locations. Oh, Cheshire. Cheshire, am I right? Oh yeah, it's not like it's a million miles away. Maybe that's something we can keep on the cards. Oh yes, so as Zenginger says, it's even worse for those of us that like to live in a meat locker. I'm kind of like that. I like my house cool, but then you have to keep your discus hot. It's the same. And the whole energy thing is anything that's warm that you want to keep cool, or anything that's cold that you want to keep warm. That's what does your head in. So your dishwasher, your oven, your washing machine, your fridge, your freezer. These are the things that are gobbling up the energies. And the fish tanks are the same. So like this, if it wasn't for the discus, I could get this room to a temperature where it would be uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me now. Just me standing in here, I can feel my legs are sticky. This is I'm a bit of a glow going on, but I'm not actually exerting all that much energy from the central heating or anything, and all the fish are happy. They're all at a range they're happy with. The only ones that I'm making any special efforts for is the Discus and these 2 tanks here. And I'm hoping to move them upstairs. So when they go up to the display tank, this whole room will just be kept at, I don't know, 24 degrees, something like that. Don't hold me to that, I haven't quite figured out what temperature I'll be keeping it at, but they'll be kept at a constant temperature. It might take a little bit of energy to get there, but once I'm there, it shouldn't take a lot of energy to keep it there, and that's the kind of goal that I'm aiming for, to hopefully save me some money. If I get Mega Tank going, because that will be 2,500 litres of water, once it's at temperature, that's effectively a big glass wet radiator, and that'll help keep everything a bit stable. But yeah, I like to keep my house cool. I don't like it being warm. I've always got the windows open. I like some fresh air in. I like the AC on if I've got it. So yeah, keeping the Discus tank warm up there will be not a challenge because it's in the hall, so it's going to be a little bit easier. I don't mind too much keeping the hall warm. But yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. If you're scared of putting your hand in the tank with Humphrey, let's see what money we can raise for you to dangle your hand in with 2 wolffish, 2.5 foot arowana, a stingray and a dorado. Yeah, that might be a step. I'm not scared to put my hand in with Humphrey. I do it all the time. He attacks me instantly. Like literally, there's no, I'm thinking about it. I might take a chunk out of you. It's, oh, you're there. Every time. That's why usually his tank's a state. I'm quite happy that his tank looks quite good. I've added some new substrate. I've changed them over from white sand to black sand. Thinking it makes him look a little bit better, but well, he's just done it now actually. Watch this. So I've changed him over from white sand to black sand, thinking, oh, it makes him look better, the colour pops a little bit better. But he's just done a massive poo, and you can see a little bit of it there. In fact, if I hide that, you might see. So he's done a massive poo. And he's going to do this lovely thing where he tastes his own poo. I'm like, what is wrong with you, buddy? Come on. But his poops stand out way more now. So that's nice. Right, so what else have we got? The other tanks that I've got here, I've got some blue neon gobies, I've got some lampai, I can't even remember what they're called, lampai, some kind of lampai fish, a load of endlers, a couple of empty tanks. I just don't think I can get that to go over there. I don't think that will stretch over there, so you might be stuck with that. And I'll show you what I mean by Humphrey. I'll go over and I'll stick my finger in and I'll see how quickly he goes for me. It's just because I've had 3 strong beers now. Oh, still disgusting. See? Straight away. Yeah, too slow. As long as I keep going in circles, we can kind of... So I don't know how much of that you saw, but that's my enrichment I like to do with Humphrey. Keeps, oh, I've got my head in the way. Keeps him happy. And I only occasionally lose blood. Can you hear that? Ruff, ruff, like a dog barking. Well done. Yeah, he got me. Hasn't drawn blood this time, at least. It's sore, though. That's a good idea, I like that. Maybe throw in some random large white and grey river stones. Distract from the poo. Well, the good thing about it is, at least, it's extremely visible, so I can now just go in and soak it up and get it out. But yes, he's a feisty little fella, definitely. He's my favourite fish. As much as I love Discus, this guy's great. He's always very interactive, as much as he tries to kill me most of the time. Oh no, he has drawn a little bit of blood. It's fun. It's fun. I'd love you to get a Malabaricus. A Malabaricus. A Malabaricus? Think Humphrey, but with massive teeth. Well, Humphrey's little tiny teeth are doing quite well. A Malabaricus, I'm going to have a look for that. Let's have a look. Malabaricus. Malabaricus. Is that a wolfish, basically? I do think the wolfish are pretty cool, but I thought snakeheads were really cool, but this one's just hiding from me. I was going to put this camera on the snakehead tank, but he hasn't moved since I came down here to start setting all this up about 3 hours ago. But yeah, definitely up for keeping some new species of fish. I've never really been a big cichlid guy, but loved keeping Humphrey. I think I'm going to enjoy keeping the Oscars and the Gold Song. So maybe that's the direction my hobby's going to take me in. Who knows? Humphrey won Graham Nell, as so many times has been the case, definitely. Good job you didn't like that last beer. Might have been in there swimming with him. Very true. I'd say 1-1, as that was the second time in. Yeah, because I got away with it first time. If Humphrey was a person... If Humphrey was a person, he'd be a best-wearing gammon from Portsmouth holidaying in Spain. I think he would be... He'd be the annoying little brother who every now and again got you one. Because I like to play with him. I think he's great fun. But every now and again he just has me. How in the world do you clean Humphrey's tank without getting attacked? I don't. I get attacked. That's how I do it. So I have some tools. So obviously I've got this for the front, where I can just run this along, and that's fine. And he attacks this. He attacks everything. That's just his thing. Yep. I'm going to attack everything. So that does the front of the glass. I have this. So I've got a couple of these, different versions of these. It's basically a razor blade on a stick. That if I can get that to the back of the glass, fine. I can get most of it without getting in the water. I've also got this. If he starts attacking this though, because it's a blade, I think he's going to get hurt. So if he starts attacking this, I'll use something like this. And it's like a sponge on a stick, basically. But I snapped it, so I need to get a new one that's got a longer handle. But basically, I get bitten. That's how I keep it. I either get bitten or I let his tank get a bit dirty. a long pipe. I did used to have, so similar to this. I had a bit of pipe like this that was white. It was maybe yay big. That I would clamp onto the side of the tank that I wasn't working on and just kind of wiggle it around with one hand while I was in the other end, and he would just be going smash, 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 smash. So he really, really, really hates cylindrical objects. So as much as you think, oh, you attacked Graham's hand quite quickly there, that's because my fingers are vaguely cylindrical. If I put in something that was actually cylindrical, you'll see the heater in the corner there. In fact, he's moved it already. I have to keep the heater right in the corner so as he doesn't smash it to pieces. I might as well take that heater out, to be honest. It never comes on. Super glue a long handle onto that? Yeah, well, maybe. I do need to do something. Right, I think we've got 8 minutes left. We've done quite well. I didn't think I was going to last the full 2 hours tonight. We've got 8 minutes left to finish this horrible beer. But any questions you've got? Any last requests? I've fed everything I was going to feed. Do you want to see any other fish for a while? So things I can reach the Congo tank. I could reach, the tiny fry. I could probably reach them. The mystery fry there. I think the rainbow fish fry that just appeared out of nowhere. We could do the gold som, we could do the Oscars, the Discus, the angels, the rainbow fish, the pea puffers, or the snakehead, but the snakehead's not doing anything, just hiding behind a rock. Or we can keep it on Humphrey. But yeah, any last questions, get them in. Get a triangular or a square one then. That's thinking inside the box, Scott. That's quite a good idea, actually. I could 3D print some kind of tool that was triangular. Nah, I think triangular might be tubular enough that you would still go for it. But I'm not even lying. That's too big. Things like this. So this is one of my siphoning hoses. Tubular, I'm going to have it. Ah. It's like his first instinct is, I'll bite it and then see what it is. Oh, you know, like with babies. So when I had all my kids, their first instinct with everything was, oh, found this on the floor, Dad. What is it? It's scissors. I should probably bite it to find out what it is. Gang, gang, gang. Humphrey's exactly the same. He's like a toddler. He cannot be trusted. Save some for next time. Yeah, I will buy a longer USB lead. The GoPro works quite well with the laptop, don't you think? So I used to try the GoPro upstairs, but it didn't work with my PC. But with the laptop, it seems to work flawlessly. So I'll get a longer USB lead so as I can put this in front of whatever tank we want. And I might even clean all my tanks before next week. This has been quite successful. We might change the viewing angles. I would quite like a seat, because standing up, I'm not a standing desk kind of person. I think this has worked quite well. As always, I'm not going quite yet, but if you have enjoyed this kind of thing, leave a like, that's always appreciated. If you would go and watch a couple of videos, also appreciated. There will be a video coming out on the Snakeheads and Humphrey, getting his tank changed around a little bit. And we'll be back again next week, but I'm going to try and finish this horrible, horrible beer before the end of the stream. Oh, like half of it to go. I feel like, will that help? Whew. Are you glad you didn't start with the pineapple? I am very glad. Although, if I had, maybe that would have made me like the other ones even better. Yeah, I don't know. The first one was... It wasn't objectionable, it just wasn't my favourite. The second one was nice. Compared to that, it was lovely. But the second one was quite nice. I would eat that again. Eat that? I would drink that again. That wasn't too bad. Thanks for the stream. Nice change of scenery in the fish room. Lovely to see all the fish feeding too. Good night all. Thank you, Kaylee, for joining us. As always, it's been a pleasure. Definitely nice to see a different view and some fish. Good. I'm glad it's come up with positive. If you're watching this on the replay, if you have enjoyed this more than me sat at my desk upstairs, then I will do this more often. I think it does give a little bit more in terms of interactivity. We can do some stuff with some fish. And I think the more, you'll see this from my next video that comes out, the more time I spend with the fish, even if I'm doing this and talking to you, I'm still spending time with the fish. The more time I do that, the better. Yeah, I'm sorry you nearly died of cramp. But right, last couple of minutes, let's get this down. Thank you everyone for joining me. Oh god, that's minging. It has been wonderful having you all here. I've enjoyed it in the new place, even if you haven't. Thank you all for the super chats. They have been gratefully received. Thank you for just being here and clicking like. If you do want to join the channel, there is a link down there. You get access to, oh god, you get access to a load of emojis. If you join as a hero, you will also get 10% off at aquariumadventures.co.uk for all your fish food needs and merch needs. Once I fix the website, obviously. So there's always that. But most of all, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here and keeping me going with some lovely questions. And oh god, oh, it's been emotional. Hurrah! Oh, good evening, one and all. Bye bye.